some housekeeping. We wanted to say welcome to everybody. We're so excited to be here with you all the way from Florida, USA. And so I know we have people from different parts of the country. Thank you for getting on and for supporting Cecile. She's amazing. We love her. This is my husband, Greg Warmbier, born and raised in Michigan in the USA. And his background is economics and finances from the University of Michigan. And I am, you can hear my accent, South African born and living in Florida, USA. My background is law. So I'm a business lawyer, property lawyer, and I still stay licensed because I always love to help people. I'm passionate about South Africa and South Africans and helping South Africans. So if you know anything about lawyers, we are so skeptical. And honestly, for me to be doing something like this, it's honestly God like kind of said to me, there's something here that's going to help the world. So seriously, take a look at this, open your eyes, be open-minded, take some notes. So I hope you all have your notepads, but just a little bit about where I met Cecile. We met probably 10 years ago at church in Edenvale. And I had just moved to the States, and I knew Cecile is passionate about people. She loves to help people. She's all about health and wellness. And, you know, I mean, we don't speak at all. I think we've only just like recently spoken for many hours lately. But she's on my Facebook, and her name came up as someone who had a birthday recently. And I love to wish people happy birthday, you know, just to stay in touch. And so I wished her, and I remembered, oh my goodness, she's all about health and wellness and helping people. I need to tell her about this because, you know, it's almost like a sin if I don't share it with people. So I shared it with her, and straight away, Cecile's like, what is this? I need to know more information. And so she's super excited to have you guys on here and to have us share this with you. Can you just show, share? So this is what we're talking about. Can you see this little round thing? It's like probably the size of a 5 rand coin. In the US, it's the size of a quarter. But this does not heal anybody, okay? And we do not make any medical claims. We're not doctors. And so we're not making any medical claims. This specifically does not heal, but this technology helps in a way. And we'll show you this evening how it helps our body to actually heal itself, because all of us, our bodies were made to actually heal themselves. And so we're going to share that this evening. We're excited about that, and I'm going to let Greg take over.
Awesome.
So hope you're ready.
Yes. So I'm going to try to talk slow. I apologize because I talk very fast, because we're very, very excited about everything that's been happening. To give you a little background again, I was born and raised in Michigan and been living here in Florida, USA, near Tampa, Florida, actually, for the past 20 years. But the one thing is that I've got a good friend of mine that knew that I had a lot of pain, had been to chiropractors many times. And he said to me, he said, Greg, you have to try these patches. And when I said, okay, what is it? He said, stem cell activation patch. And I heard a little bit about that through our church, a couple of people, but then I said, okay, I'm going to try it. We'll become a customer. We'll try it and then go from there. Literally, I had injured my knee back in 2021. We've got something that happened, obviously, here in the United States back on 9/11. We had that back in 2001. So every year for the past several years, I'm working a workout with a workout group where we actually climb this Benderson Tower, which is 5 stories high. We go up one side, down the other side. It's basically a building, but has outside stairwells. And we did that 18 times up and down this thing to basically represent the amount of stairs the firefighters climbed on 9/11. Well, halfway through that, on the way back down the one side, I tweaked my knee really bad. And if you've ever done that, you're like, oh my goodness. And I knew that I injured it. And I'm like, oh no. And I kept on hobbling. I said, okay. And everybody said, stop, stop, stop. I said, no, I'm good. I'm fine. As a stubborn German, kept on going. Unfortunately, the crazy part about this was that for me personally, I'd never experienced pain like this. So I got into therapy. I went to the chiropractor. And then months later, my right hip started bothering me. The crazy part, I also had a neck injury from a car accident 6 years ago. And then I also had a shoulder injury where I could only raise my arm about this high, and it was very painful to move it around. So if I was laying on my arm and sleeping at night, it was always in pain. It was not a good thing. The hip pain was worse than all the pains, because if you're sitting, you're standing, if you've ever had hip pain, it's horrible. But 3 days after putting this patch on the back of my neck is where they usually recommend it. No knee pain, no hip pain, no shoulder pain, no neck pain. Gone. This has been since September, and it's been amazing since then. Not only that, but I've had so many amazing things that have happened since then. Better recovery with exercise, better exercise endurance, better overall with just even a lot of things health-wise, and I'll talk more about that. But the main thing is I'm going to do is share some information. We're going to share a PowerPoint, kind of share some information, if it's okay, to talk a little bit more about this amazing technology. The biggest part that we always want to do is explain to people about, once again, what we do. We've got a lot of great information online that, again, you can actually access. And we tell people all the time, there's, once again, the Start X39 website. We always tell people you can go there. So startx39.com. There's another Facebook page. Our organization is called Quantum Field X39 Team. You can search for us on YouTube, on Facebook, and I'll share this at the very end so you can take a look at these things. But our whole goal is that you have a better understanding of what we have here, because it is such a unique product that works. And some of you may have heard of stem cells, maybe familiar with stem cell actually injections and things like that. But one thing that we're kind of interesting about is that we're looking for something that can help. And we pray for people. We get to see people get healed. It's amazing what happens. But the amazing part about that is when it happens to you and you're not seeing a healing, we're always thinking, what's going on here? But God had a better option of obviously utilizing something like this. So the one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to play a video that explains more in a couple minutes than I could probably explain in 20 minutes. So we'll play this first, and then I'll continue on with more information.
Light, an ancient form of energy that goes back to the dawn of time. For us, it all begins with the sun, the source of light and life for our entire solar system. Even Einstein concluded that everything we're made of contains light. All life originates with the sun through photosynthesis. Plants and vegetation collect the light, and all living creatures emit light. Humans actually emit infrared light, which can be seen with night vision devices. We've known for centuries that light has many effects on the body. Lifewave's phototherapy patches use light to stimulate the body's natural healing systems, providing specific health benefits. Here's how the technology works. First, a patch is applied to specific points on the body. Where the patch covers the skin, infrared light emitted from the body is reflected back into the tissue. This stimulates the skin, which in turn stimulates specific regions of the brain. The brain then taps into the body's own natural flow of energy and the ability to heal itself. Let's take a look at why this is important on a cellular level. For example, a number of our patch products help counteract free radicals, oxygen molecules that damage cell proteins and contribute to visible signs of aging. When the body is stimulated through phototherapy to release its own antioxidants, these free radicals are neutralized naturally.
We all hope to age gracefully so we can enjoy our later years full of energy, vitality, and good health. But so often, with age, our bodies start to show signs that things just aren't as they used to be. Our energy, skin, healing and recovery time, sleep, it all just seems to go downhill. Unless you're using Lifewave. David Schmidt, our founder, creative force, and world-class inventor behind Lifewave technology, has recently achieved something in the field of regenerative science with a single Lifewave patch that researchers worldwide, spending years and billions of dollars, could not. Introducing Lifewave X39, the world's first product ever to activate stem cells, a true breakthrough in regenerative science that helps restore our bodies to a healthier, more youthful state in a way no other product can. The secret? By harnessing the power of Lifewave's patented phototherapy, X39 uses light to elevate a peptide proven to signal the activation of stem cells. Think about it. These are the cells that generate and regenerate all the cells and structures of the human body. They're the building blocks for our organs, tissues, blood, and immune system. They also serve as an internal repair system everywhere. But as we age, stem cells become less effective. Their ability to repair damaged tissue is reduced. In fact, by age 60, they've slowed dramatically. But all that changes when just one Lifewave X39 patch is placed anywhere on the body each day. Instead of older and less effective stem cells, X39 supports the production of younger and healthier stem cells. This amazing level of control over your vitality and well-being was simply not possible, let alone this easy, until now. And the best part, like all Lifewave patches, X39 is safe, non-invasive, and incredibly cost-effective. Look what people are saying about Lifewave X39. Backed by clinical studies, multiple patents, and 20 years of development, any one of these benefits would be impressive. But X39 is so effective, it can influence everything about your body, how you look, feel, perform, and heal. It's time you experience the power of X39. Imagine investing in companies like these when they first went public and riding their growth to where they are today. Those who made wise decisions to get involved gained incredible wealth. Now it's your turn. When it comes to regenerative anti-aging science, stem cells are the future. And thanks to Lifewave, you are at the forefront of it all. Don't miss out. X39 puts you on the threshold of explosive growth in your business like no other product ever could. And all you need to do is try it and share it with others. The Lifewave X39 patch, an absolute breakthrough for your body, for your business. Live long, live well, live younger. Experience the power of Lifewave today.
Fantastic. So I have this picture up here too, because once again, the couple that we work with, Steve and Gina Merritt, they actually have been in this industry for a long, long time as far as helping people with a lot of other nutritional products, different things like that. They've actually helped over 175 families become multimillionaires, and those people went out and helped basically 500, 600, 700 people become multimillionaires. And it's not just about that; it's about changing lives. And so they got out of what they were doing with an existing company, or praying for a way that they could help all their friends, their family, and everywhere else, obviously do this. They took a look at this product and said, oh my goodness, this is amazing. And they're now leading the charge. So the team that we're part of with them, Onyx Cole, and some of the people that we work with are literally the #1 team in the world as far as developing people, developing systems, teaching people how to become successful, and utilizing and sharing this product. So I'm not going to play the video, but again, they're just awesome people. So the one thing that
And I was missing because I was in South Africa.
she was. So they did that video was specifically for the people in South Africa, because we were doing some meetings in South Africa over November, December, January. So, which is pretty cool. So one thing that we always talk to people about again is, because we're talking about an opportunity, we're talking about product first, but I want to start with this because the big thing that we talk to people about all the time is obviously, what you want more in life. And a lot of things that people want is better health. This is the #1 thing we hear people, they tell people all the time. They say people, ruin their health to make wealth, and then they spend all their wealth to get back to healthy again. And so one thing we're always looking at also for people who are interested in partnering with us, we're going to talk more about that in a little bit, but really think about it, because I want to drop this in your thought process right now is, if you had a lot more money coming in, or if you'd like to have more money coming in, we can actually partner with you, because the opportunity is massive. And I'll explain that, but really start thinking about, if you could double, triple, quadruple your income, whatever it is that you want to make, how would your life change? So I'm going to put that in there, just your thought, and we'll come back to that, a little bit later. But one thing is that how the patches work is pretty amazing, because in our bodies, when we're 18 years old, we got about 1 billion live adult stem cells in our body, basically going out, healing, fixing, doing all the different things that it does. By the time we're age of 30, we lose about half that activity. By the time we're 60, we only have a very small of activity. And so I use the example, if you broke your arm at the age of 18, compared to breaking your arm at the age of 80, who is going to heal quicker, faster, and even completely heal? Because a lot of people at the age of 80, they may not completely heal. And it has to do with stem cells. We understand stem cells or anything about it. This is God's building blocks for us, and it can become anything it needs to be. It can become basically heart tissue or brain tissue or nerve tissue or anything else. And so once you start applying this patch, your body starts doing some different things to activate more stem cells. So what this is, there's no stem cells in this patch. That's the thing I love about it. A lot of people say, well, where do you source your stem cells? I said, from your own body. So that's what happens. You put this patch on, you could be anywhere. You could put on your chest, your shoulder, whatever. They recommend on the back of the neck, because that's where your central nervous system connects to the rest of your body. Thus the reason why my knee, my hip, my shoulder, my neck had no pain. And even my friends, Ken said to me, he said, Greg, once this works for you, you're going to talk to everything that moves. And so far, I've been talking to pretty much everything that's been moving because we've been trying to bless people, help people. We now have hundreds and hundreds of personal testimonials between people we know and people they know. It's been absolutely phenomenal for so many people. So what this is, it's made of organic crystals. I wish I could shine a light on it, but it's actually, if you see it, it's got a little reflector in there that basically looks like these little crystals in there. It's made of organic nanocrystals, and basically it activates copper peptide, which is kind of the anti-aging. They basically say it's the holy grail of anti-aging. This copper peptide reactivates your own stem cells. Now, like Meta said, this doesn't fix anybody, it doesn't do anything. All it does is basically activate what's already in us to actually make us healthier, younger, better, and everything else. So some of the different benefits are huge. So the company itself, to give you an idea, actually started out back about 20 years ago. This is the 20th year. And he started actually by having a challenge from the government, because he was actually working for the government, and he kept on seeing all of these different submariners, basically guys who worked in the submarines, and also the Navy SEALs who were always exhausted. So he came up with a technology utilizing the light technology, what they call light technology, basically help them stay alert for 36 hours by putting more oxygen in their blood flow, and he did that. Since then, he's been making all these different patches, but it took 10 years and $4.5 million of research and development to make this one patch. The reason it's called X39 is because it was a 39th patch they actually made. And the people love the name so much because a lot of people don't want to go beyond 39 years old. They want to get younger. And that's the thing that's kind of interesting about the patch itself. But the company, when they launched it, was a $20 million company, and within 2 years became a $280 million company. Last month was the biggest month they've ever had. They actually had a $4 million day. So kind of calculate out the numbers. Projections are that next year it's going to be $1 billion company and growing to a multi-billion dollar company. Record growth every single year. It's been staggering. So for people who like opportunity, now's the time. So the founder, David Schmidt, is the CEO inventor of the X39. He has over 130 patents. We watched an interview where he talked about, he said, I stopped counting at 132. He said, I don't even know how many patents I have. He said, I even announced another patent the other day that I got approved. But he's a scientist and an inventor. And literally what he does, he prays and says, God, give me wisdom and knowledge to basically use the talents and gifts that I have to bless people. And he's come up with some amazing different products. And this is the pinnacle of all the products that he's made, been amazing. He's a two-time recipient of the Advanced Technology Award from the International Hall of Fame. When you research him, he's like the who's who of any of this type of technology, because of, it's amazing. So I was thinking, do you know anybody who even has 2 patents? So let alone 130. The guy is brilliant. So the patent here was actually approved in 2020. We got about 18 years left on the patent where nobody can use this technology. And so that's one thing that we talk to people about this is not what we call a Me Too product. And, there's a lot of great products out there. We've been using health and wellness and beauty products for literally decades. And the thing is that using vitamins and all these different things, but when you're marketing a company and you're talking to people, a lot of times what happens is that people say, well, I've got that product too, or I use that kind of product too, or I get this product at the discount, or I get this at this store or that store or wherever, where this is something that nobody else has and no one has going to have it. They're going to try to be a lot of lookalikes, but no one has the patented technology that he's been working on for decades, which is pretty powerful. So what this does is very simple. We tell people there's a lot of case studies, over 80 case studies that they've done. And these are just some of the different things they've seen from the case studies. Of course, you've heard about my testimony, rapid pain relief. I couldn't believe it. We have some people same day, we call them one patch wonders. We put a patch on them and they wonder where their pain went because it just goes away. Other people, it takes weeks. Other people, it takes months. For me, I thank God it took 3 days, but we never know. And so each person's different because it goes to where you need the help the most. So if you have heart issues or kidney issues or lung issues or other issues, it may go to fix that first before it fixes your shoulder. For me, when I got the patch and Lily started realizing that my hip was unlocked, my knee didn't hurt, and I raised my arm up like this is like a miracle. And Lily, I took my arm and put it behind my back. I was sitting in front of somebody. I go, oh my goodness, this thing actually works. They go, what are you talking about? What are you doing? I said, these patches work. And then he started going, well, can you give me more information on that patch? I'm like, sure. So the other part is it reduces inflammation. And a lot of people have inflammation in their bodies. This has been an amazing thing where people even have lost weight because of losing inflammation, which has been amazing. This is not a weight loss product, but people have actually lost weight because of that. Supporting wound healing. I'll give an example of this a little bit later. For those who are queasy, I'll tell you to turn away because it's a little graphic. But again, it's something that we see this all the time. And we have Lily. These are people that we personally know. And then energy and vitality. Like I said, I'm trying to hold back because I'm pretty excited, but it's a pretty amazing thing what happens when you have better energy, more vitality, you just feel great. And we have so many people that go, I just feel fantastic. I'm sleeping better. I'm better rested. I work out better. I get better, all these different things. But mental clarity is another big part. A lot of people, if I had to raise their hands, I don't see everybody on the screen, but if you were to raise your hand on how many people have had brain fog, especially the past several years, this has been a big problem. And so what this does, next thing you know, you start thinking more clearly, you're more productive. I'm more productive than I've been ever. I mean, it's just crazy. It's awesome. So enhanced sports performance. When we talk about that, for me, I work out 4 or 5 days a week. I've seen increases in my performance, but also faster recovery. I don't get sore anymore. I was actually vegan for 18 months and I thought it was great, but then after a while, I'm like, I really miss meat. Sorry, that's just me personally. But I started getting sore again because when you're vegan, you actually don't have the same lactic acid stuff. Now I use the patch, I get the same results as if I was vegan, which is like amazing. Improved skin appearance is something that I think all you ladies and even guys.
And even the guys
yes,
the guys are excited about
yes,
improved skin appearance.
Absolutely. And so we'll talk
Some of
about
us are
that.
still waiting for ours. So.
So the interesting part about this is that it's great because it makes a huge difference in your skin. We've seen Lily scars disappear, and Mena can share a little bit more about that. So what happens, this is per AEK studies, the first few days, 4,000 genes begin to reset. I'm not going to go through everything here, but when you understand what happens, your body goes into a reboot. So we always tell people the only side effect that happens usually for the first several days is you might have some detox that happens. And if you have the numbers of detox, sometimes you have lower energy. You might have a couple of things that are kind of reverse to what we were showing, but that's for the first few days. So we tell people drink lots of agua, drink lots of water. So why do we drink lots of water? Because our body will naturally flush it out much better, and they don't have as much of the symptoms from obviously the detox that can happen. I didn't experience anything that I could know, but I know some other people that have. That's why we make a mention of that. But what happens if you look at this as people are using stem cell patches will experience immediate effect through elevation of antioxidants, a decrease in inflammation, an increase in energy, joy, and improved sleep. Now, anybody who doesn't want that, well, then maybe you're not the right person for these patches. So, I mean, everybody I know that wants them. Well, within 1 month, physical changes occur. So once again, they notice an increase in collagen. Hallelujah. That's a great thing. Then also your brain is balanced, which means it gets a coherency. The left and right lobes are balanced. This decreases symptoms of PTSD, anxiety, and depression. If you know anybody who's dealt with anxiety or has had jobs where they've had PTSD or situations in life, this has been amazing. We've had so many people that have seen a huge difference from that. One thing we always tell something that sometimes it's repairing, internal organs or tissue before repairing something you feel. And sometimes we don't feel our hair growing or feel other things like that. But that's one thing we always talk about is, again, a lot of times people notice a difference right away. The other parts of this within 3 to 6 months is active stem cell repair. Personally, my neck, when my neck, the pain went away in my neck, I still had stiffness. I couldn't turn my neck all the way to the right. Within about 3 to 4 weeks, I could turn my neck completely. It was amazing. I mean, the way my flexibility is now is just much, much, much better. When we talk about deep healing in your body, the other part here, reverse aging. We're not kidding about this. 14 out of 15 people studying a vascular age study, they basically averaged 8 years younger after 6 months of being on X39. The CEO is quoted saying, "This is not anti-aging, this is age reversing." And again, if you understand that, really what it's doing is we're not going back in time. We're not getting a time machine. What happens though, is that we actually, our body, the more stem cells we have active in our body, the younger our body acts. To me, how many people body wants to act younger? That's like me, right? So this is pretty simple because a couple places we tell people to look at. We have a product website, x39.com, that we recommend that goes through the videos. The video I just showed on here is on there. How we utilize it is basically 12 hours on, 12 hours off. We put the patch on. My regimen is 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. So 9 o'clock tonight, I'll take my patch off, throw it out, put a new patch on 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, and then I just drink lots of water. We usually recommend only one patch at a time, and that's what usually all you really need. But again, give it time. Sometimes it takes days, sometimes it takes weeks or months. We really don't know based upon your personal ailments. And so we want to share a couple different testimonials real quick. I know Mena has a couple things she wanted to share, and then we'll talk a little bit more and kind of wrap up.
So for those of you that are a little queasy, we're going to show some graphic pictures. So maybe you don't want to take a look when we get there, but I'm going to tell you the story of someone here local, one of our distributors, sister-in-law. Her name's Dana, and she had a gaping wound in her leg. It was like literally you could put, it was open, and you could put your hand, like your fist, in the wound. And it was oozy and horrible. And for 2 years, the doctors were struggling with her. I mean, she was on every type of medication. They gave up and they said, "Look, Dana, probably the only solution here is amputation. And she is very a forward-thinking woman, and she said, no, hold on. But then, thank God, her brother-in-law, Kelly, who's a good friend of ours, told her, Dana, you need to take a look at this. It's probably going to help you. Like, I mean, so which normal person would think, you know what, I'm on 14 medications, because literally she's on 14 medications. Which person would have thought that this would do something or help her at least? Anyway, she listened to him, and we have a picture of what her wound looks like before she put the patch on. Okay, we're going to share this. So for those of you who don't like to see anything too graphic that might, you know, make you queasy, you can turn, and I'll tell you when you can look again. Okay.
Okay, hold on a second. I gotta share this. I'm trying to figure out how to do this. There we go. She just did that. That way, share.
Okay, sorry, we're just going to share quickly. So the first picture is what her wound looked like.
Yes. So this is when she said before she put the patch on.
Before she put the patch on.
Then this is 4 days later. Not something the most clear picture, but she said my wound is closing.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's 4 days later after the patch, wearing a patch once a day.
Yep.
And then this is the most recent. You can see the wound is like a slither.
Yeah. So the thing she talked about is that also she's got tons of energy now. She's got amazing results as far as all the things that she can do. So I won't show anymore, but I just want to share it very quick.
So we're back for anybody who closed their eyes. So she was on 14 medications. She told us yesterday she's down to 4.
Yes.
She says she has a ton of energy. She cleans her house from top to bottom 4 days a week. I told her she must come to me because I need her help.
She can clean our house.
And she said her hair's growing back. She said her appearance in her complexion has improved. It used to be gray. She's getting color back in her skin. Her hair's growing back. She needs to put it back because being on all that medication, her hair wasn't growing properly. So, I mean, absolutely amazing testimony. And that's just one of the many that we're hearing, you know.
We've had people that have had back surgeries that basically are now healed, all kinds of
Parkinson's.
Yes.
Parkinson's.
Alzheimer's, people that have actually had all kinds of different ailments, any kind of itises. It's amazing what happens. So we could go on, but I want to.
And these are people from all walks of life. You know, we have doctors. We have a really nice growing team in South Africa. Doctors, we have athletes, we have chiropractors, physiotherapists, massage therapists, people who understand and they have a base, you know, they have an influence over people that come to them for situations that sometimes, you know, it's hard. You send them away, they still have a little bit of pain, they come back again. I mean, we're all about helping people. So we're talking to everyone.
So now this is US pricing, but again, it's based upon the Rand as far as the exchange and things like that. But one thing we always tell people is that if you're interested from a product standpoint, and I always tell people it's relatively inexpensive because I'm always thinking about comparison to stem cell shots. So people who get stem cell, you know, actually injections, stuff like that, they can pay $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. We got a friend of ours who spent $20,000 on stem cell injections. For this, basically, when you look at it from a standpoint, we're basically getting it for about $99, $99.95. So basically $100 a month for basically a 30-day supply. So it comes in a sleeve like this, where there's 30 different patches that are in there. Some people look at it from a standpoint and go, wow, that's inexpensive. Other people are like, wow, that's more expensive than I thought. I'm looking at anything else you look at by comparison out there. There's nothing else like this out there that can give you the kind of results for that kind of money. But from a, go ahead.
And you actually cannot put a price on quality of life, on your health. You know, like what price do you put on that?
And so we have actually people we're working with right now. So I have a young lady that, well, she's an elderly lady, I should say, that basically she can afford one set of patches per month. She wants her husband to use it. So we're now helping her, talking to people on her behalf so they can actually make money to actually then pay for the patches. And we can help anybody do that. And that's the beautiful part about this. So we signed up at the diamond level because we understood we wanted to share this with as many people as we could. We wanted to help people. That was one thing that Cecile did also. So she said, I want to be at the diamond level and help as many people as I can. But there's whatever you want to do, is best for you. And we'll talk more about that at the end. But I want to share just a couple of the quick things about the potential of this industry, because if you understand right now, it's about a $200 million industry. Like I said, $700,000 to $100,000 for stem cell injections, depending on the injections you need, where you need them. $200 million industry going to explode over $300 billion US dollars. So if you understand worldwide, and we're in 75 countries. So if you have international contacts, we can help you do that too. So how we make money, real quick, I'm going to do a very high level overview, but basically this is called a binary. And a binary, we'd never built a team with binary. Now we understand it and we love it, because now we're just putting people on the right side and the left side, and that's it. So as you're putting people in, now you put people in on the right, and then you put people on the left, and put people on the right, and put them on the left. So we're building, we got very fast growing organization where we have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that are part of our team now since September. And it's amazing what happens, because we're actually helping people make lots of money very quickly. And our goal is to help you do the same thing. You can earn up to $25,000 a week. That's dollars, not rands, but US dollars. Right now, multiply by 18 to give you an idea. That's per week that you can actually earn. And then what happens from here is you can actually make unlimited income by matching bonuses. I use the example, if you sponsored us as personally, people like us that say this makes sense, or someone like Cecile who says this makes sense, I want to talk to people. If you personally sponsored us, you get 25% of our weekly bonus. If we're making $1,000 a week, you make $250. If we're making $10,000 a week, you're making $2,500 US dollars per week. But what happens is we sponsored over 100 people personally. So imagine making 20% on each of those 100 people. And then imagine, say, each of them only sponsored, say, 10 people. You now have thousands of people you're making a percentage on. This is why people around the world are making over 100,000 US dollars a week now from this program. So don't limit this. But even if you made an extra 18, 20, 30,000 Rand a month, would that make an impact in your life? That's what we can help you do. And that's why we're working together, team. So really what we want to do is share the information with as many people as we can. So we share it with a bunch of different ways of doing that. We also give information on this build331.com. Write this down, build331.com. It's got the whole system, even the compensation plan, more specific details, on that more than anything. Take a look at that site and we can talk more specifics about that. But the real question I have is that, do you know people that are in pain? Do you know people that would like a better way of life? Do you know people that maybe have some itises or some issues or some different things that they're dealing with? This can probably help them. We can never make any guarantees, but the one thing we noticed, we almost have 100% of the people that we talk to have actually seen an improved difference. Some people, a massive difference. People that were level 5, 10 pain are no pain. And that's like, I'm one of those people. So again, also, if you're interested from a business standpoint, are you serious about your dreams? Do you have any other options? And do you like the idea of being pain-free and financially free? For us, we answered yes to all those. And we said, how do we get started? And that's what we did. So we're wrapping up right now. So I'd say the one thing we'd like to do for those of you that are in the chat box, what I was going to say is we're just asking people, because again, Cecile brought you on here for a specific reason, because she wants to bless you. She wants to help you. She wants to partner with you. So we love to do the same thing. So I also people say, hey, if you want to partner with us from a business standpoint, in the chat box, just put a number 1 in there, put your name in there and say, I'm a number 1, because what we will do is we have a team of people that are going to help you actually develop the business and partner with you to do that. If you say, I'm just interested in a product, put a number 2. Say, I'm just interested in the product. I just want to use the product or try the product. We can help you do that too. And if you have no interest, just say, no interest, thank you. And that's it. And that's all we want to say is just let Cecile know, whatever you want to do, we're here to help. We want to make sure that we basically give you as much information as you want. There's no way in a half an hour I can explain all the benefits, all the stories, everything else. And that's what we can talk to you more specifically about that. But Cecile is awesome, as you know. If you know her, I'm just beginning to know her, and I'm already in love with her. She's awesome, fantastic. We know that when we talk to people about this, we want to be a blessing everywhere we go, and we want to help as many people as possibly can. So Mena, I'll have you wrap up, and then we will stop meeting and answer questions.
We feel so blessed that we actually got to present this to you today, and we're excited. No matter what decision you make, we feel that we are here to educate people on what's out there, because there's a lot of stuff out there that's not good for us, and I think we know. So for those of you who got on and who are excited to partner with us, we're excited to partner for you. And for those who don't, I'm so blessed that we met you. So
and if you know people that we could be a blessing to, that would be great.
For your time.
Let Cecile know. So I'm gonna
thank you, Cecile.
I'm gonna stop the recording, and then we're gonna answer any questions, because we want to be